So what I'm going to try and do today is give you a little bit of an insight into what I do, voluntary wise and work wise, and a little bit of an insight into what I'd like to be doing. This has got to be the hottest day of the year so far. It's about 21 degrees. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is taking your shirt off weather, but obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm taking Chelsea for a walk again. Just see her there, she's got a brand new pink harness and a new retractable lead. The last one broke and she's only 17 kilograms, but she's got the pull of at least 30 kilograms. So hence we've bought a lead that caters for a 47 kilogram dog, hoping that's gonna last a bit longer, albeit the last one did last quite a long time. I'm being pulled just a little bit by Chelsea. What I'm going to do today is just let you know what I do at the moment and tell you what I hope to aspire to doing. I've taken a tip from Rob the Mariner, who's a YouTuber, and he said create a bullet pointed list and tape it to the bottom of your camera. Well, I haven't actually got it stuck to the bottom of the camera. So what do I currently do? For my living, I work in the print industry. I run printing presses, the real big ones, massive ones. I do that for, so it's on a shift basis. I work a Monday, no, start again. I work a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12 hours per day. I get Sunday off, and I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for 12 hours per day. So that's in effect 2 36-hour weeks. I'm not doing that. I'm director of a recruitment and staffing company in the energy sector. My son is has got a full-time role on that. He's also a director. I also spent a little bit of time as a skipper on a narrowboat on a voluntary basis. I was also head of maintenance, but that's quite difficult to fit into my current amount of time I have free. So I've knocked that on the head, although I will go back to volunteering as a skipper when I can fit it in, basically. The three things that I do, let's call it two. Let's call it working full time in the print industry, albeit 3 days a week, and the rest of my time as director of a staff in a recruitment company. Now what I'd like to do is actually get into a bit of YouTubing, which I've started. I don't know if this is the best start or not. I'm using minimal equipment. I'm not going to spend a fortune on equipment. Latest fancy camera, tripod, lighting, etc, etc. I'll go through what I've spent in an episode or two, just to show you how you can get started on the bare minimum. So I'm just looking at my list. Nothing else on there actually. Everybody says just get started on YouTube, don't try and perfect it. I think I'm a little bit less self-conscious about walking and talking when there's people present. Obviously I'm not doing it close proximity to people, but they can see me holding up a tripod and talking to a camera. I think I'll get away with it if I was just walking along holding a camera up to my face or a phone up to my face, because it looked like I was talking to somebody, like people do when they're walking through town, walking along pathways, etc. So yeah, I'm a little bit less self-conscious about doing this. Other new YouTubers have also said that. They said they're a little bit self-conscious, and they obviously get out you. Once you've been working out of your comfort zone a little bit, you get used to it. all new YouTubers say that the first few videos are rubbish, or their first few videos are rubbish, but they still post them. You got to. It's part of the learning curve. And I did go back at some of the YouTubers that have got good followings now, looked at their first YouTube videos, and yes, they're a little bit rough around the edges, but you know, they're still good. That's a start. I don't know, you probably noticed a bit of tension in my voice today. Chelsea is really quite difficult to not control. It's not difficult to control, but pulling all the time. I was just trying to cross the road there, and you get this tiny window where you can actually cross it, and a motorbike overtook the car in front of it, accelerating quite fast, and I obviously crossed the road, but bearing in mind that car was my window. Of course, the motorbike took over the car, overtook the car, and then Chelsea saw some other dogs, so she was pulling diagonally across the road. I wanted to go across the road, perpendicular. I don't know, is that the right way? And I was really, you know, I needed all my strength to pull her in the right direction. I wanted to stay parallel, well, right angles to the curb. Yeah, had to be at right angles to the curb, crossing, rather than going at 45 degrees across. Also, I actually need to get home to put some shopping away. My wife's just called me and said, why aren't you here? I said, I'm just walking the dog. Well, why didn't you go earlier? I've got some shopping to put away. So, slight tension in my voice. I keep looking at this. I'm trying this new video recording software, Black Magic. It's free of charge, but it gives you all the features on it as you get with professional equipment. You can change the colorization, the f-stops, shutter speeds, everything. So I've basically got it in its default setting at the moment, although I've changed it to front camera and cinematic. So I don't know if this is going to look different to the last video, which was on the iPhone video, default iPhone video app you get. What do you call it? App? Yeah, on the. I'll start again. I'm going up and down the bumps here. Yeah, the last YouTube was shot on the default iPhone video app. So you turn it on, put it on the video, front camera, and record.